What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having an awesome day today. Now, today we did have a lot of interesting things happening for Bitcoin. We had Credit Suisse now coming out. The banking contagion does in fact continue. And you have to ask yourself, is all of this really just an advertisement for Bitcoin? So we're going to talk about that, but today we have something happening on the Bitcoin chart that we absolutely cannot ignore. And also one legacy indicator that we have not talked about on this channel for months looks like it could be exactly mimicking the bear market from 2 times ago. So this is crazy stuff, guys. This could be the moment that everyone has been waiting for. We have ChatGPT coming out as well. Michael Saylor asking it questions about Bitcoin. And also, guys, make sure that you watch to the end of this video. I do have a very special opportunity that I want to talk to you guys about. And if you get in early, it could be very, very beneficial. So if that sounds good to you, you know what to do. If you're not subscribed, definitely consider it. Let's dive in. Let's have a look. Crazy times ahead. So you guys could see yesterday that Bitcoin got up to about $26,500. And remember, right up in this zone is where we closed out that swing trade that we had from here to here, remember? But currently you could see we are starting to fall. Now, what's unfortunate was in yesterday's video, we were talking about beating this triple threat, right? That we had to stay above this horizontal, this downward sloping trend, and of course, this 200 weekly moving average. Well, unfortunately, if we actually zoom in, we had a massive wick to the downside. You guys could see right here, Bitcoin pulled back about almost 9%, and you can see that we are in fact now below the horizontal. We are in fact below the 200, and we are sitting exactly now at the bottom right here of this level. So it's kind of unfortunate to see that. However, do remember that this is a weekly candle, and it's only Wednesday. So we do have until the rest of the week, the end of the week, to get back above this level. But unfortunately right now that attempt is pushing us to the downside. But I am going to talk more about the technical chart at the end of this video. But before we do that super quick, guys, I wanted to talk to you about an amazing opportunity. If you're not interested, you're more than welcome to skip this part of the video. However, I highly suggest that you listen because those who get in early usually end up benefiting. So Fine Network is a very big project that's launching from out of Dubai, and they're looking to have multiple different things in their ecosystem. They're going to have a trading platform as well as a app that you can use, and also a leveraged yield farming protocol. Now, why am I telling you all of this? Well, because basically in a nutshell, guys, you can get absolutely free tokens before they even launch. So just to put that into perspective, imagine having BNB tokens on Binance or any exchange token before the exchange actually launches, and you can get them absolutely for free, just literally by doing a few stupid things on social media. It's pretty much just a farm engagement, essentially, is what they're looking for. But I just want to let you guys know that I do have an exclusive link below for you guys to get in before basically anyone is talking about it. So check the link below in the description if you guys want to get in before everyone else. And like I said, I wouldn't ignore this because, remember when Uniswap did all of their airdrops and, look how much that was worth. I don't know if you guys remember Ontology back in the day when they gave out those tokens for free at Neo DevCon, and those ended up being worth $10,000 each, literally for free. So I would take advantage of this. I think these guys are going to be very, very big. You haven't heard of them yet because they really are not promoting on social, but I know these guys personally. They are from Dubai. They're from the UAE. They are extremely legit. Most of them have been in crypto longer than me, actually. So I'm just telling you guys, right now you might be laughing saying, oh, what is this all about? Well, I guarantee you're going to be hearing about these guys for sure. Crypto exchange, DeFi hub, altcoin funds, global asset exchange, a banking app, copy trading, social network, launchpad, NFT marketplace. And what's cool is they're going to have something for content creators as well. So this is not an advertisement. I'm not being paid to promote this. Like I said, I just know the people personally, and I want to get my subscribers in on the ground floor before everyone else. So take an opportunity to check that out below. I will drop that link in the description. And without further ado, guys, I'm not trying to, promote anything or anything like that. I'm just saying this is an amazing opportunity to get some free tokens before everyone else is in on this. And I do think this network, I think what these guys are building is going to be massive. And I think Fine Network and Fingate are going to be pretty much household crypto names by next year. So just telling you guys before everyone else, that's basically what I'm looking at. So as you guys can see right here, let's talk about what happened, and let's talk about this crazy pattern that I'm seeing. So you can see that the PPI came in at around 4.6, 5.4% was expected. This obviously was better, right? So they're saying, will Powell pivot 25 basis point? Maybe they won't do 50, right? And then you can see this post from Holger. He says, WTF, the markets are now pricing in a probability of default of 47% for Credit Suisse. What have I missed? Well, according to the CEO of Insights from Grit Capital, Silicon Valley Bank had about 209 billion. Credit Suisse has about 578. This is a much bigger problem in the making. So what is this all about? Well, if you don't know, you can see right here, they say Credit Suisse appeals to Swiss central bank for show of support. Lender tumbles more than 30% after top shareholder rules out further funding, sparking wider rout. So just a super quick just over summary, and then we'll get to it. The steep share price declines came in the wake of the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank in the U.S. and after the chair of the Saudi National Bank, which bought a 10% stake in Credit Suisse last year, ruled out providing the Swiss lender with any more financial assistance. So they went on to say it is looking inevitable that the Swiss National Bank will have to intervene and provide a lifeline. The Swiss National Bank and the Swiss government are fully aware that the failure of Credit Suisse or even any losses by deposit holders would destroy Switzerland's reputation as a financial center. You could also see right here, just pointing out that, Signature Bank right here was being investigated for money laundering prior to their collapse and seizure. So, of course, guys, what you're seeing right now is the world basically asking themselves, crypto, is it now safer than fiat? Right? So a lot of people are realizing that the banks are not what they said they were. They don't have the money on hand. And actually, in a way, crypto, if you know what you're doing, if you understand how to hold your private keys, is actually a safer and better alternative than the traditional banking system. Now, this is where it gets crazy. So you have Michael Burry saying, in October 1907, Knickerbocker Trust failed due to risky bets, sparking a panic. 2 others soon failed and it spread. When a run began on a healthy trust, JP Morgan made a stand. 3 weeks later, the panic resolved and markets bottomed. A stand was made this past week. Now, is he being sarcastic? Is he not being sarcastic? I mean, technically, the panic of 1907, this was before we had things like the SEC, the Federal Reserve, right? But it did, you can see right here, inspire the monetary reform movement and did lead to the creation of the Federal Reserve System. Now, in all fairness, this is a bit of a conspiracy. Some people say, oh, well, did they cause the collapse, right? Because by collapsing it, then they were able to create the Federal Reserve so they could, quote unquote, protect you, AKA have full control over the monetary system, right? So some people are like, oh, well, they happen to close Silicon Valley or, they happen to seize Silicon Valley, so that's hurting the smaller businesses, the people working from home, the people who have like Etsy's, and are selling stuff, and the startups, so that's what they're doing, right? Operation Choke Point 2.0. You can see right here, though, unfortunately, the stock market is still sitting below its critical level, but this is what we need to talk about. We need to talk about the fact that the DXY is seeing a pop today. Now, why is that happening considering everything that we're seeing? Well, TED Talks Macro says that he thinks that the banking contagion is now spreading to Europe, Eurobond yields sharply lowering, and therefore the euro is also sharply lower. So since the euro makes up 58% of the DXY, if the euro is going down, the DXY is going up, right? So it's not really that, it's basically like the lesser of the evils, right? So the dollar looks good by comparison because the euro looks worse today, essentially, right? So hopping in and having a look at Bitcoin, we are unfortunately sitting below this 200 weekly. We don't want to fall below this 50, which is this yellow, because as you can see right here and here, when it holds us down, it tends to send us down pretty low, right? So currently we are still above the 50, we are below the 200. But I want to show you guys this classic pattern that most of you might be familiar with already. We've spoken about this on the channel, but look at this, guys, right here. So we had this touch on the major trend line, this touch right here, right? And then we had one touch and then a second touch for confirmation with a bounce, right? Now, where have we seen this before? Well, you guys may have seen this photo. Everybody has been, this has been on Twitter for years. I don't know who took this original picture, but this is called the bump and run reversal pattern. And you guys can see right here, right? It hits the top. We hit the top right here, we hit it right here, and we still get held down. There's this big collapse. When we come back up, we have one retest, and then you can see right here there was a second retest. So, couple touches here, major rejection, acting as resistance, pop up above it, test it, boom. What did we do right here? major resistance, big crash, came above it, tested it, support, boom, right? I might have said resistance before. I meant to say support. So let me know what you guys think about that. Do you think that this pattern looks like this pattern? Well, there is something legacy I wanted to bring up. Now, if you do believe that we are actually having this breakout, remember, from the breakout point up to the top here, right? You take the longest part of this. This brings Bitcoin all the way up to potentially around 57,000. If we come all the way down to this level, you know, that brings us up to about 54,000. So does that mean that Bitcoin is eventually, you know, at some point, even if we bounce sideways, going to find our way up here, you know, to about this $57,000 to $54,000 area? It is possible, guys. It is possible. But of course, you can see right here, you know, look at these major areas. So we came above this parallel trend right here, right in this box, this area. That's where we took our profits. You can see we did have a retest right here. We got rejected, and currently we are being held above this line. So, you know, we could form this tighter flag before having the breakout, or worst case scenario, if Bitcoin does fall down to this level, I would look to scoop up along just below around $22,800. So if Bitcoin falls below that area, as long as we get supported by this upward sloping trend, that is where I would put my next long in. And, you know, if you guys do want to learn how to trade, make sure you watch the tutorial popping up above. And, you know, obviously, guys, I do recommend a decentralized exchange like Apex for trading. But, you know, if you are looking to use the centralized exchange, I do have other options below as well. Obviously, I think FinGate is going to be a huge exchange. They're obviously not officially out yet. But, you know, remember to check that link below if you guys are interested for those free tokens. But right here, what I was noticing is that this bear market back here is reminding me so much of this bear market that we're having right now. And I did say that this one is more similar to this one back here. Now, have a look at what we did on the Super Guppy, right? If you guys can see right here, zooming in, right? We went into the neutral, and then we had one, right? We had one right here, right? One. Then we had two, and then we had a third blue wave while entering this red wave, right? And in a nutshell, guys, these are just moving averages. You don't have to worry about the technicals of why it is what it is. It's all just about momentum. And you can see, obviously, once we go into the green, we stay into the green for a long time. Unfortunately, we're not in the green yet. So we're not really in bull market territory. When we get in the green, I'll let you know, obviously turn on the notifications, but I just want you to look at the market structure right here, okay? Where we go from neutral to red, and then 1, 2, 3 blue waves, right? Or 3 blue crossovers, whatever you want to call them. Same thing happening right here, right? We went neutral, we came into the red, we've had 1, 2, 3. So the question is, are we now setting up, you know, to go back into that neutral, get into this teal, and then boom, off to the races with the green? I don't know, guys. We have not had the official confirmation on that just yet, but it does look like it is happening very soon. Also, just want to let you guys know that I am going to get Team Underground on the channel. A lot of you ask about these different indicators and stuff that I use. This one is Market Cipher. Most of you know about that. This one is Wave Edge. And yeah, I was going to get the creator of that, and we're going to discuss this on the channel probably tomorrow or the day after if you guys are interested in learning about how I use this and how he created it. So I thought that'd be pretty cool to actually have the guy that designed this talk about it. So we'll probably be having him on the channel tomorrow or the day after. But, you know, as you guys can see right here, like T Analyst pointed out, this does kind of look like Wyckoff accumulation, right? So remember how we had the distribution at the top? Well, this could be looking like the accumulation at the bottom. So very, very interesting. Not trying to be overly bullish. I get it. There's a lot of people that want Bitcoin to go down to 10,000 and the recession and all this other stuff. But at the same time, it does look like all of this crypto, not the crypto, but the banking contagions are really just being a big, big promotion, a big advertisement for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And finally, I just wanted to end on this Michael Saylor tweet. So he actually asked ChatGPT-4, why does the world need Bitcoin? And without going into all of this, it basically said decentralization, financial inclusion, lower transaction fees, transparency and security, limited supply, privacy, investment and diversification, and it's programmable money. So it's very interesting. They said it's important to note that Bitcoin and other cryptos will have their drawbacks, such as volatility, scalability issues, and energy consumption, but the perceived need for Bitcoin can vary depending on individual perspectives, financial situation, and regional circumstances. So I thought that was quite an interesting answer. So definitely check that out if you guys are interested. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about this classic reversal pattern and whether or not you do think that we are entering into a similar situation like we did back here in 2014, 2015. and then that we had that 2016, 2017 bull run, do you think that that's what we're going to end up seeing? We're going to end up seeing something like this maybe, and then we're off to the races, guys. If you do believe in the Bitcoin cycles, then yeah, I would say we're basically on track to start bottoming out. Now, understand that this doesn't mean we're going to have a direct pump right up to some of these levels. This is going to take time. It could still take the rest of this year into next year, but I do believe that we are getting towards the end of this, and I don't really see much more worse in the foreseeable future. So definitely wild and crazy times when crypto actually seems safer than the banks. And like I said, guys, if you do want to take advantage of the Fi Network FinGate opportunity, just remember in the past, there were a lot of these airdrops that nobody took advantage of, like Uniswap, like Ontology, absolutely free. And they definitely ended up kicking themselves down the road when they didn't get this free airdrop that could potentially end up being worth a lot. So just want to keep you guys in the loop for all these opportunities. And of course, if you do want to learn how to trade, make sure that you watch this tutorial popping up right here, right now. Until next time, stay crypto, and of course, peace out.